What's good, everybody? I'm your girl, Lasanta Tay, and it's Tay Tay Loud Mouth. And my guest this evening is the one and only, the founder and director of Boys to Man Mentoring, but I also know him as my youth pastor, Daniel Eames. Hey, youth pastor, how you doing?
I am well, Mr. Santa. How are you?
Everything Gucci on my end. That means it's good.
It's good. Well, it's good to hear that, especially in times like this. It's good to hear that answer that it's good.
Yes. So let everybody know, you're the founder and the creator of Boys Demand Mentoring. But first, let everybody know where you're from.
Absolutely. I'm Daniel Ings right here in Orlando, originally from what they call Crosstown. Back in the day, we called it Carver Court or
Okay.
Beirut because of what took place in the neighborhood. So I'm from the hood right here in
Crosstown,
Orlando,
Florida.
Florida. Yeah, yeah, right here.
Okay. So you started your very own mentoring program for younger boys. It's called Boys Demand. What made you want to start your own mentoring program?
Wow, let me tell you something. I've always had a love for youth, as you just stated. I was a youth pastor of about 8 years, a former ministry that I was a part of, and I've always enjoyed working with children. And and somewhere in the process, as it relates to me working with kids, I was a substitute teacher for Orange County Public Schools almost 20 years ago, and it was at that point when I saw just certain behaviors, especially about boys, not just a lack of wanting to learn, not interested in learning math and reading, and being in the back of the school in portables that really bothered me. And then to see them getting fights and things of that sort where they would get arrested. So it looked like to me the bus was leaving from the schoolhouse going to the jailhouse. And I
Oh.
felt that I had a responsibility to stop that bus and try to rescue as many boys as I could. And that's how Boys to Men, the seed was planted to start this program.
Now that takes some heart right there, youth pastor, because if the bus leaving from the school and it's going to the jail, I wouldn't want to be in the way. And then look, cause I need to get out the way. But you trying to step in and be somebody and be that positive impact. And you mentioned like doing mentoring. Now I did that a little bit, myself before COVID, and boy, that's not no easy task.
It's not, but you know what? When you have a grace on your life, when you have a purpose and a passion, really, it comes easy. Yes, it comes with challenges. Yes, there's certain obstacles that you have to contend with. But when you have a grace on your life and you know that this is what you're called to do, listen, you can do it with your eyes closed. You just get up with God's strength and begin to make it happen. And later you'll see the fruit thereof.
Okay. So it's you was called upon. This wasn't just something like this what you feel like you was made to do, like to intervene and to be that voice in the children's life. I see you taking them in fitness. I see you teaching them how to wear ties, suits. Talk about, some of the young men that you have that's a part of your program.
Sure. Well, it was in 2016 when I decided to move forward with the process. After working for an agency in community-based prevention for about 15 years, well, at this time, it's about 10 years in the process of working for that agency. And I was working with boys and girls. And so I was a prevention specialist. I'm working with kids ages 5 to 18 during that time throughout Orange County. And the funders couldn't understand, Mr. Ings, how is it that in your program, you have more boys than you have girls? It was always like 60 something boys and 40 something girls because I had to have at least 100 kids on my caseload per fiscal year. And
Okay.
so it just kept happening, 50 something boys, 40 something girls, or 70 boys and 30. It was always that particular ratio. And it clicked in their minds and said, Mr. Ings, undoubtedly you are like a father figure to many of these children. And because of the consistency, because you show up week after week, you're there, you're tutoring, you're helping with homework, you're showing up at the schools to support parents, to make sure that the kids are that you're able to advocate for them when they get suspended or whatever the case may be. You're always there. And so because they saw that, and so Asanta, it went from me working 9 to 5 or whatever time I would get off until the weekends. Sometimes the boys would follow me home. So I'm taking them to get haircuts. I'm taking them to get new clothes or shoes for school. They would
Wow.
follow me to church. Hear me. They would
Let's
listen.
go.
They went from not going to church at all to wanting to follow me to church. And so my wife said, "Honey, I think you got something. I think you need to look into starting something of your own. And so it was in 2016 that we launched out. And so the first 3 years, it was mentoring from the heart, out of my own pocket, out of my wife's pocket, but we wanted to make it happen because we saw such a need in the community for these boys. And so we served boys ages 10 to 18. I started out just doing middle school and high school only, but it was
Okay.
such a cry from the elementary school saying, Mr. Eames, can you please drop the age range? Because we understand that the sooner you can capture them and begin to work with them and build a relationship, more than likely you're able to bring about that transition while they're developing. But because I was by myself at the time, I could not drop it too far. So we brought it to age 10. So that's right about fourth grade, fifth grade level, all the way up through high school. And I'm telling you, the journey has been phenomenal. Just the impact week after week with these young men, supporting them. The majority of them, of course, their fathers are not in their lives. They do not have any type of relationship, but they have the consistency of mentors. And one thing about us, if we say we're going to do something, we make it happen. If we say we're going to show up to your basketball game or your football game, we're there to support you. We're telling you that we're going to support you even in court because you've gotten in trouble. Listen, we're going to be right there. And so they have that level of consistency in their lives.
Right, I'm there. I'm gonna show up. So, like, okay, so you say you and your wife, Sister Naomi, she
Mhm,
reached into
mhm.
her pocket. Y'all used y'all own money at first. What are some of the things you saw like that was so bad that you say, you know what, this touched me, and I'm gonna go deep. I'm gonna go deep in my pockets and see what I got on this. Like, what made you say, let me do that? Like, what did you see to say I need to, be a part and put my money on this?
Well, when you serving children and you begin to build relationship, they begin to tell you things that you wouldn't just normally know on the surface level. And that's what began to happen. And so as they would follow us home and talk to us and share, or we began to take them home or drop them home, and you would see deplorable situations. We would see, wearing clothes 3 or 4 times without them being washed, and they go to school,
Wow.
they being picked at, not able to. Mom don't have enough money to get them a haircut, so they can just build their confidence and they feel like somebody day after day. So it was just small, and even just eating, just having a good hot meal sometimes was, in a sense, a commodity to them. And so
Oh,
we were able to just step in. And so even in our scope of services with the mentoring program, we serve these boys a hot meal after each session. Oh yeah, they
wow.
want to have a good piece of fried chicken or pizza. Sometimes we have just individuals who like to sponsor or send food, subs from Publix. I mean, there's different things that we make happen to make sure those boys do not go home, because we understand that may be the only meal they get until the next time they get back to us.
Right. And that's needed. That is so needed. Like, even in
Absolutely.
today's time, like
Yeah.
my sister and I, we always was like in little programs at Orange Elementary and just in the
Hmm.
neighborhood, just in the people where they take care and they look out for us. And we need that. Like, cause
Yes,
at home, you may not have a father, you may not have a mom, or they may always be working. So to have
absolutely.
somebody gonna show up and they gonna be clean and they gonna represent and speak for me, like that means a lot. So I commend you on that. Really, like
Thank you.
really. Yeah, that's deep. So you got a college tour coming up. You taking your boys on the college tour. Talk about the college tour a little bit.
Yes, yes. Listen, Boys to Men Mentoring Program. Every year we endeavor to take the boys. We call it Passport to Exposure. Passport
Okay.
to Exposure, because we know that exposure is key. A lot of these boys have never left out of their normal environments. They never left out of Orange County, out of their cities or their neighborhoods, and so we want to show them. Listen, there's a life outside of Ivy Lane. There's a life
Okay.
outside of Orange Center. There's a
Right.
life outside of Mercy Drive, and we feel that when they set goals, because that's something they have to do twice a year, they have to set goals and even create the steps for reaching those goals. Well, we know that they're going to be distractions to the left and to the right, but what's going to make them stay focused? And so you
Mm.
have to show them something futuristically that, hey, one day you can come back here and visit this place. One day you can bring your family, but you can only do this if you keep your name clean. In other words, you don't get a criminal background. You can do this when you get your high school diploma, graduate from high school and go to college or military or tech school, whatever that next step is for you. Build that career and make your own money. And one day you can come back to these places that we're taking you to. So we've been to Atlanta, we've been to Miami, we've been to
Wow.
Tampa.
Wow.
Last year, we were blessed 2020 in the middle of a pandemic. 27 boys flew to Washington, D.C.
Let's go. For
Yes.
free.
Yeah.
They flew for free?
Well, no, it wasn't for free.
Okay. Talk
It
about
wasn't
it.
free. There was a lot of fundraising that took place.
Okay, that's
We
nice
had
though.
yeah, sponsorships and individuals around city county that heard what was taking place, and they bought into our vision to get these boys to a better place. And I'm telling you, four
That's nice.
days in the nation's capital, it was an amazing experience. So this year we are heading to Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, at the end of this month, October
Okay.
28th to the 31st, we're heading to Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to tour Tennessee State University, Fisk University, and
Nice.
Vanderbilt University. And we're going in the weekend of Tennessee State University's homecoming.
Oh
So
wow.
they
That's
get
gonna
a
be
chance
lit.
yeah, so they get a chance to experience the entire college life, and that's what we want them to see. Want them to see that listen, it's not boring. Yes, you have the moments of lecture, the times you have to study, but you can still go to college and still have fun. And we
Yes.
want them to see that. So we have a chance to experience a pep rally. They will experience a college football game, and so we have a lot of football players that are in the program. So that's going to be
Okay.
inspirational to them. We have band members, individuals who play instruments, so that's going to be inspiring to them. We have cheerleaders, a dancer, so they'll get the whole gamut while they're there, and
That's
that's what
nice.
it's all about exposure.
That's nice, and you definitely giving them something to believe in,
Absolutely.
something to look forward to, something to, have hope and just to aspire to get there and one day,
Yes.
just be there. So in
Yes.
real life and it's their time. So I really think that's dope. I really think that's lit. They're gonna have so much fun and taking so much information all in one weekend. So how can people give into the college tour, because I see you had a link like a not like a GoFundMe, but where people can donate. Tell them how they can give to your college tour.
Absolutely. They can log onto our website, which is b2morlando.org. Again, that's B, the number two, M, Orlando.org, and they can donate that way. We do have a cash app handle, which is $ B2M Orlando. So we're very consistent, and so very easy to be able to contact us and also donate. And we tell you thank you in advance for you that are watching and listening, to help us to continue to impact the lives of these boys. And one more thing I want to plug in, Ms. Lasanta, is that we
Okay.
know that when we get into these boys' lives, they come in with a history. They come in with trauma. They come in with mental clutter. And so we feel that with college tours and field trips, small levels of impact, just a haircut, take them out to lunch, helping them do homework, surprise them for their birthday. We feel like if we can create some new memories, it will soon erase those old traumatic moments. It begin to erase those memories out of their lives or out of their mindset and put in the new memories. And so that's the whole big picture, to be able to help them get to the next level, to know, yes, this may have happened in my life, but there are some people that love me, that care about me enough to get behind me and push me through all my obstacles, through all my challenges, through all my failures, and say, hey, young man, you can make it. You can do this. You can overcome. And so we enjoy what we do. I have a wonderful team of mentors, I'm telling you, who are dedicated to the cause. I'm not in this thing by myself. And we tell them when they sign up, listen, you can't come in, for 4 months or 6 months and then just go and just be absent. No, if you
Right.
want to sign up, you got to stay in there. And not saying, every single day, every single week, but when you build that relationship, those kids, they want to see you. They want to know, hey, you've been around. I want to know that I can count on you to be there. And so I have some loyal, dedicated
Wow.
staff and volunteers who are right there, who help push this program to the next level.
That is amazing. Cause you're digging underneath. You trying to find the root of the problem, and you trying to make it better, not just for the moment, but memories and years to come. You're actually
Absolutely.
changing a person, and you tapping into their why and finding out, how you can make them better and help them forget all. Wow, this amazing. You just blew my
Thank
mind
you.
with this. So if
Wow.
I had a son that go to Jones High School, go to
Uh-huh.
Howard Middle School, Carver, anywhere, how can my son be a part of this mentoring program?
Listen, again, log on to our website, b2morlando.org. It's a simple application process, $25 enrollment fee. And listen, that's the only time they have to pay anything unless we request something on a trip, such as Tennessee or DC. Other than that, the program and the services are totally free. And we serve, again, boys ages 10 to 18. Now, Ms. Asanta, I was only serving boys in Orange County, but do you not know, because of the reputation of the program, we serve a few boys that parents drive them in from Seminole County. I have one young man who's at high school. He gets on the train. What is it called? The uh,
Sunreal?
Sunrail. Yeah, he
You
gets on
like
the
the
Sunrail.
Sunreal?
He gets on the Sunrail from the Winter Springs, Altamont Springs area, and he comes into Orlando for session every week. He's not late. And this young man, here's a testimony. This young man, when he first came to the program, he did not care anything about grades. He didn't care anything about learning. But listen, we got behind him. We pushed him and let him know, listen, you can do this. We helped him change his attitude and his perspective about learning. And now he's running us his report card. And his last report card, 4 9 weeks last year, he had all A's and B's. I'm telling you, just
Whoa.
amazing turnaround. And we just want people to know that mentoring works. Yes, it does. Mentoring works. So at Jones, Howard, Carver, Memorial, listen, Orange County, listen, you can contact us and we will enroll your son and be willing to mentor him and help him get to the next level.
Right. Y'all better come through, pull up, tap the link, get to $25.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
y'all use them $25 elsewhere. So you put your $25 on your son, get him in the mentoring program, help him beat
absolutely.
somebody, give him something to believe in. I really,
Absolutely.
again, I salute you. And
Thank
I
you.
really,
Thank
really,
you.
really admire everything that you're doing. And
I
I would
appreciate
love
you.
to have one of your students on, just if they feel like sharing their story and their progress. If they feel up to it, we
Sure.
can talk about it right here because we all about the community at the
Hey,
Wire,
it's all
baby.
about the community. Yes. Well, listen, when we get back from the trip, let's link up again. Let's get one of the ones who had that awesome experience, or maybe a
Right.
couple of them, and sit down and put them on the mic and let them share their experience. We would love to make that happen. And I just appreciate you. Thank you for what you're doing in the community. Just help getting the word out to individuals who may be hurting or feel like their child is lost, or just feel like because maybe they have some personal failures or things that have happened in their lives that they feel like they have failed their child and feel like there's no hope. Listen, get them to us, make a way. And so you are being that voice, you're opening this avenue. So I want to tell you, thank you for this great opportunity. I appreciate you.
Oh, my pleasure. Anytime. Again, definitely gonna stay in touch, and I'm definitely gonna
Absolutely.
have some of your students on because I love this, love this. Do you want to let the people know where they can find you? Stay in touch if they just want to follow your story, maybe pull up at church.
Sure, absolutely. Well, listen, currently, right now, we are in a full virtual mode. And so I am the senior pastor of the Glory Center right here in Orlando. So if you're on Facebook, just click the Glory Center and just click into to connect with us. And you'll receive the notifications when we're on every Tuesday and every Sunday. Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock p.m., Sundays at 12:30 p.m. We are on with a word. We're just doing it different in this season. We're out of the box, but we're still in the book. We're still preaching
Hey.
the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so that's what it's all about, just reaching souls around the world. So listen, tune in, join in with us. And again, the website for the Glory Center is gcorlando.org. And for the mentoring program is b2morlando.org. Thank you so very much.
Right. It's my pleasure. Y'all already know I'm Asanta Tate. Thanks for tuning in to Tay Tay Loudmouth. And we're back to more afternoon jams, The Wire.